Welcome back, you defenders of democracy. Time to build the Eagle 1. We start with Magfield landing thrusters and a Titan-class walkway. We're going to offset build this diagonally so we can build a 10-story tall stack of halves. Want to build it 10 tall for maximum liberty. Have this stack 10 tall. You grab a streamlined trim and offset it forward and to the side. This is now dead center. Move your 9th hab underneath, delete the 10th. Cockpit goes on the 9th story. Longshore Cowling, Titan class landing bay. We put another Longshore Cowling on the 7th deck. Vesper underneath the cockpit on the 9th. Replicate another walkway on deck 8. Rock off that walkway forward. We are creating an offset and a hole to put our reactor in. So the two Vesper Cowlings that form the main part of the nose are going a half step forward, use a Medusa reactor, and a Titan class walkway to seal underneath. Missile launcher underslung. So remove the Medusa for now. We need to offset build to build out the nose of the Eagle. Using Arcadia Blades on the top. And once we have that, we're just going to reset things back to standard. Next, we are going to build a row of 5 Rockhopper Fin modules all along the side. This is the officially sanctioned Ministry of Truth design. You need the outlets of 5 per side to ensure the high octane freedom that the Eagle delivers. We're just going to duplicate these fin modules and start building out the starboard side as well. As you work forward and back on the starboard side, make sure you install the fins on the port side. What I'm doing here, I'm just building forward and back, nesting these habs inside each other. It just makes it easier to do the overlap building. Right, nearly done with these fin modules. Once you get the last one built in, just go back, make sure you clear out the extra ones that you don't need, and that your hab is lined up with the walkway so you can get into the cockpit. We're now building the base for the engines. R&D tested every single engine, and the only one that had sufficient liberty was the Kineostream Thruster. These are on deck 9. Built 1 hab either side on the port and starboard of the ship. No glitch building required to get them aligned with the hull, but you do need to glitch build back just slightly to get the alignment right for the cowling we're going to install now. And for that, you need engine covers inverted so the narrow end is clipping through the engine. Don't want it overlapping that much. It's a little too far. Slide that back, half step, like so. Replicate over, just keep it going. Once you have 3, you can easily delete that. Replicate there. That is, in essence, the entire engine on the starboard side. Remove that cowling for now. You're going to get an Arcadia S-Foil. You want to glitch build this down and back a half step. Like that. Clip it through. That's just to make sure you don't run into any collision issues or disconnected parts issues later down the line. Okay, you want to delete one corner, and that's so you can anchor your hab and replicate it across. Gets easier, you just need to clip that down, through, and install your other S-Foil. Engines complete. Reinstall the Longshore Cowling. And with that, we only have one more step to finish the hull. We are going to be adding Argonaut fuel covers. This is how you refuel your Eagle in between dropping bombs. It is offset the main hull, so the parts join dead center. You want to Rockhopper this deck segment forward, so it can join right underneath that top walkway. You're also going to build one half back, replicate on the other side. All right, you're going to build 3 layers, one more back, and these are overlapped. Don't build too far back or you'll not be able to get in the ship. Add in the Medusa again. Just under the cockpit like that. And we're going to reinstall a walkway. And then sling missiles to the side. Just like that. Reinstall an underslung Photon cannon array for now. Just on the bottom here. And I find, there we go. And that is the main hull complete. Next step, we're going to move these forward and get ready to build the wing segments. Now we need to move the entire wall forward so that the wing anchors properly. Don't just try and move it like this though, because it anchors to the landing gear, and that's not what we need. What you need is a Rockhopper. Move it one half walkway forward, but keep your off-centered alignment, like so. Make sure you add an air purifier on the top and a couple of ducting outlets on the side. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. It's crazy how this has grown in the month that I've been doing this, and I'm looking forward to growing even more. Now to set up the gantries for crafting the wings. What we're looking for is 2 off the side of the top walkway, and you want to align the rear hab with the back of those Rockhopper wing modules. that we installed earlier. So what you're looking for is a row, or out, or if you were to connect one more in the wing, it would be 5 out from the center line. You just add in these walkways at the back, so you have somewhere to stand. So that's 5 port of your central cockpit line. Replicate to the side. 5 out from the central line. Replicate your walkways over. You're going to be using the Habs as your main rear line of the wings. So that's your main setup to build the wings, but we're not going to leave them thick like that. That is not how the Eagle does it. You're going to grab a flat panel. We're going to set up a line starting from there, the fuel covers, and at the same angle as that front fin, like so. This is enhanced speed, just to show you the shape. Build the underside first. It's important to get this first layer correct because you're going to be using it as a reference as you fill out the center here. I am going to speed up the video significantly now. This is just to give you a reference of how you build it out. This channel actually started by accident. I was hanging out in Discord with Chronodis and some others, and I shared my Super Destroy design. They asked me for a build guide, and that's how Nighttime Gaming was born. Just fill in any holes as it goes. You paint them black. Go to the other side. Start in line with fuel covers. Build out. I find it helps to build from a little farther away so you can get the angle right. Cap it off. One of these walkways, these flat panels across at the tip. We'll use those later to install some barrels that'll make up the turrets. This is not the most practical build. The amount of time to build the wings and the nose segment, along with the fact that the entrance ramp is 8 stories high, make this a little impractical, but it is an insanely fun Corvette to fly. And Liberty needs no practicality. I would say I would give it 6 500 kgs and about 10, not 12 orbital bombardments. So here we're framing the bottom fin wing. Fun fact, the first prototype I built of this, I did not build it tall enough, and it had a stubby little fin. Alright, so now we're done with those gantries. We're going to go through, delete the bottom, delete the top. We're going to replicate the walkways at the back. We're going to need the altitude to work on the top side of the wings. You could leave them with one layer, but these flat panels do not take paint on the underside, so you're going to be stuck with black on one side, white on one. That just didn't seem democratic. So you're building out the other side of the dorsal fin. Looking good. Just add some tall cabinets here. This is to streamline the wing structure and just make it a little bit more finished looking. Add 2 on the bottom. Paint them black. Okay, now for the top wings. I find it easiest to start on the end. One thing to note, being this high up, the build bubble has started to narrow because of the altitude. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on your menu there to see that you are editing the name of your ship. Take time to align it just right. Let's work slow. Super Earth wasn't built in a day. You run into gaps like that. Just tighten it up as you go. Work on the other side. Super Earth would like to remind you that a safe diver is a good diver. See there, I'm starting to run out of the build limits. So you just have to take a step back, work from the outside in. That's why you have the gantries. Sometimes it can be really hard to see. It gets really close. Now that's done. Just go through, remove these gantries, don't need them anymore. We're going to add underslung missile holders. During R&D, I discovered that the actual weapons of the Corvette do not mount to these panels. So the best solution I have found was these storage panels. Here you can see me doing some testing. The simple desk I thought would have been a perfect missile rack look alike, but sadly it doesn't actually anchor to the bottom of these panels. Neither does the storage frame. Replicate on the other side. And if you're still here at this part of the video, you really like cool ships. So subscribe and ring that notification bell. And let's grow nighttime gaming. Off camera change. Paint the panels black. Obviously, everything has to be black on this. Go building tall cabinets. Helps to build from the outside in. Take a while to get these all to line up neatly. That's worth the effort. You install some wall fans in the front of these engine covers. Storage panels on the wings, a bit more detailing. This size is slightly longer to stack neatly, so you'll just have to clip through a bit. Install a side panel at the front. This is overset from the wing just slightly. I had thought to install side panels all the way down the wing, but for some reason I ran into a glitch partway through the build and it would not go all the way out. Grab some more storage panels. Keep on building down the wing. Just take your time. Build it out slow. Wings are by far the most time-consuming part of this build. There's just so many panels to do. And once we finish installing these final side panels, we will be done with the wings. There you go. Wings done. Alright, we are now building the gantry and infrastructure to build the nose. We're getting a full-length hab and rockhoppering it back into the nose, dead center on deck 8. We're going to offset build up and to the side. And it's going to be just to the starboard side of the center line. Build 2 habs out wide. And you want to undersling it like a gigantic J that you see here. The reason why you need to do this will become apparent soon. So the core of the nose is going to be this locker. You rotate it so the feet are vertical. And you're going to clip it through this hab. The reason we want the hab is so we can align it dead center with the opening. This can be quite tricky to align in first-person view, and I will switch to third-person view to enable me to move the camera better. So you're going to be clipping the top of the locker here through the center square, just like that. And then you're going to be cladding it in flat panels. You're just going to work in layers Don't try and make it perfect the first time around. The job is made a lot easier by changing which rotation axis you're going through. Just change which axis, cycle through, and take your time. You're only going to build half because you need to delete the gantries here to continue the build. So we'll do that now. Put all this out. You definitely want to build higher on the right side. Clear out that main walkway. And up we go on the other side. It is normal for it to float like that. Because we installed that cannon earlier, when we removed the hab, the Photon cannon array rotated itself 180 degrees and will be firing directly out of the nose of the Eagle, just like it does in Helldivers. What we're doing here, we're just building up layers in order to get a nice streamlined nose segment. So you're just lining these up, matching diagonals, streamlining, trimming, and getting things to look good. Your goal is to give a streamlined needle effect from the nose back into the main hull. Helps to play around with different sizing. Size your panels up and down, and just cry to yourself to sleep because the panels hate you. Now in the video I've left them white so you can see what I'm doing, but you do want to paint these black. There we go. So now we're going to go remove all the gantries and do some fine tuning. Adjust the angle of this part here. Check for verticals. Make sure everything aligns nicely. I like sizing down the top panel here at the nose. It just makes things look sleeker. Make sure though that it does align to the front of the nose. You might have to adjust the back panels a little bit. Once you've tightened up the nose, just go check over the ship one more time and make sure everything is tight and right. Add back in a ducting outlet. Make sure everything's painted right. The final step, we're going to use some reinforced capsules on the edge of the wings to create the distinctive turret nacelles on the edge. We are almost there, Helldivers. This overhanging panel is a perfect example. You just want to go up top, take it out, try and fit it in so it's all streamlined. Remember, the automatons want you to be sloppy. Don't give them weaknesses in Eagle's armor. Make sure she returns to the nest. There we go. Time to add the reinforced capsules. And just add 1 or 2 on the bottom here. Like that. 1 insulated flask on the tip. And there we go. Last step. Go to the Corvette pad in the front. Go back. Delete the landing thrusters. Congratulations, Helldivers. You have now successfully recreated Eagle 1. Now get out there and deliver democracy, 500 kg style.